Welcome everybody. Let's talk about what's going on in the market. Look at all these different products. Daily chart here, Dow Jones Transportation. Let's go through the products. A little bit of a red day for the Dow Jones Transportation. Let's scoot this over here and get a good look. Opened up at 658 and closed at, well, it hasn't closed yet, but it's going to close soon here. It's down at 611, 612, kind of bouncing around a little bit here. Yesterday's close was 635, so guess what? We're below that. So a down day. Trying to make the bounce, not very successful. September 12th, we're kind of down into this cycle low. So this could just be bottoming here and then it comes out of there. Okay. Momentum's still positive, so as long as it stays positive, it'll probably have a nice little bounce there. But so far, it still looks like it's trying to bottom. Russell 2000. Let's take a look. Daily chart, September 23rd. Wow, this thing is getting beaten up. Something awful. Down day. Yesterday was not an impressive day with that candlestick, and then we got a down day today. It too looking like it's trying to bottom. But momentum could go negative here in the next day or two, and that's a big deal if it does that. It'll be much harder for it to do the old bouncy in negative momentum. But so far, let's take a look at something here. It really got way up into here versus way down here. So this cycle's much stronger check. Cycle's much stronger check versus the previous cycle. The low is right there, and this low matched it. I guess technically the low is right there. Yeah. So this low is higher than that low, and this high is definitely higher than that high. So yeah, it's, even though there's been a lot of whipsaw here in this cycle, it is stronger than the previous cycle. But if this thing goes down here and gets down into negative territory and stays down there, that could change quite a few things. So we'll keep an eye on that. Let's look at the NASDAQ. Cash index, NDX. I guess technically it's a cash index. Yeah, I think it is. Doesn't matter. Negative territory. The momentum on the NASDAQ has gone negative. It happened yesterday. So we're in negative territory here on the momentum. That is, go away. That is a big deal. Negative territory momentum. This is trying to do the bouncy, which it probably will do. But with this negative momentum, unless it gets back up into positive momentum, but if it stays negative, ouchie, ouch, big drop, bang, boom, probably something like that. What's going on over here? Why do I not see what's going on there? November 13th. Could have swore I put that in there. Let's put it over here. Oh, I know why. Wrong drawing set. There we go. Yeah, I think this cycle, it's going to get up there and fail, probably. Probably. Unless momentum goes positive, then it could take off, go to the moon. But for right now, this is looking a little bit weak to me based on that momentum. Okay, let's take a look at the Japanese market. Join me tomorrow morning for the live stream on Twitch. If you want that link, become a member. $7.99 a month. I go through all the same products I'm going through now, but we look at the hourly charts. We talk about the trades that might be good for that day. Of course, you get nightly emails with the membership. You also get live streaming charts on the S&P 500 and gold. So a lot of great benefits to the membership. For most people, if they're patient, I think they'll make way more money than the cost of the membership. The membership will end up paying for itself. Yeah, weak. This is actually weaker than even the NASDAQ. Look at this, negative momentum down here. Really just never went positive, actually. I talked about this yesterday. The long-term or slow moving average of the MACD. Never went positive, only the blue line did, and it came back down. So this is not a good sign for the Nike 225. The Japanese market looks really weak to me. Yeah, we might see a little bouncy bounce, and I think it's going to fail. This one even more so than the NASDAQ. So I would be prepared to potentially, once this gets up here and does a little whatever it's going to do and rolls over, I would short it up in there. Whatever that happens, wherever it is, as long as momentum is negative, I would short this once it's done rolling over. So I wouldn't go long on this. I'd wait till the SMI gets up in here, stochastic momentum index gets up in here and starts to roll over, then I'd short it. Okay, so a little bit of a waiting game on that one. Let's look at the Japanese yen. Like a bull, acts the total opposite of the Japanese market. The Japanese yen, very strong momentum here. The SMI is still going to the moon. This looks strong to me. September 24th, maybe we get a little pullback coming in here. I still think if you want to be super smart about this, wait for it to get to this cycle low, whatever it's going to do. Maybe it comes down a little bit. And as it comes out of here, go long. Nice swing trade, but I'd wait. Let's see, when is it still September 24th? I think it might have moved. September 25th, we'll move this over just a touch. So now it's September 25th. Sometimes that'll happen. It'll move a day or here or there. No big deal. So September 25th, cycle low, and I think going into the first week of October could be an opportunity to go long on the Japanese yen. Just pay attention to that momentum down there. As long as it stays positive, October should be a long for the yen. Let's look at the euro dollar futures. What's going on here? Daily, October 2nd. Much weaker than the yen, though momentum is still positive. It's got down here, failed on a bounce. It's going down again. Yeah, it has that weak-ish look. Positive momentum is still in place. I wouldn't trade it over the Japanese yen of the two products. This looks like could potentially go down a little bit more here. But there's your cycle low, October 2nd. Okay, let's look at the British pound. Very similar, actually, to the euro dollar. Crossed over up here, but very bullish momentum. That is very bullish momentum. If this turns and starts to come up really high, less halfway or higher, I see it as a long. Now, a lot of times you see this crossed over here, and a lot of times that's in for, that's in for a pretty good dive. So be really patient, wait to see what this is going to do, because you see how this stayed down there for a while? Really stayed down there for a while. So I don't like going long or short at all right now with this product. I'd wait to see what both the SMI and momentum do. If the SMI comes on here, farts around, starts going up, and momentum is still positive, go long. Okay. So this product is a little bit stronger than the euro dollar, but not as good as the yen. So again, I'd wait till September 26th passes. Going into the first week of October might be a long opportunity here, just like the yen. Okay. Okay, there is the intraday bell for closing the market. Of course, futures keep plugging along for another hour. Let's take a look at gold. What is going on with gold on the daily chart? She's a ripper, folks. Gold continues to be strong. Look at this. Didn't hit the bottom, curling up. I'd go long on gold. Maybe wait another day. Maybe. September 26th is kind of around the corner, so it's a little sketchy. But I still think there's an opportunity to go long here, but I'd be a little careful. This looks like it wants to do this. If you really want to be super safe, wait for momentum to cross back over like that right there, going up. That would be like the super safe way to do it. Okay? But for those who want to take on a little more risk, I think a long here, a really small position might be okay. Just be really cautious about this. And don't forget the Federal Reserve wants to do a lending cut rate, which might suppress gold and jack the markets. Okay, I think it's all going to be temporary. I think what we're going to see at the lending rate cut is going to be FOMO trading. We're going to a big old massive FOMO trading probably going on would be my guess. The old FOMO, fear of missing out trading, and then it'll fade, and that'll be the end of that. And yeah. So gold is super strong. I like waiting for momentum to cross back over if you want to play it super safe. And post the Federal Reserve's lending rate cut, which is probably going to be sometime this month, I think then gold will be along. I said this before, I'm going to say it again. I think gold in the years to come will reach 3,000. That doesn't mean go long right now necessarily. I'd wait till October to go long. A lot of products look very good for October going long. Market might be going down, and we'll look at momentum when that time comes. But some of these other products like the Japanese yen, the British pound, and gold may actually be going up. But we'll have to wait and see how that plays out, because we do have to be careful of synchronicity across products. Sometimes the indices go down, everything goes down, all the other products go down with it. So we got to wait to see how that plays out. Okay, but for the moment, gold continues to look very strong. Okay, let's look at crude oil. Crude oil getting the smackdown. I said crude oil would reach the mid 60s to low 60s, and there we are, folks, at 66. We've hit the mid 60s. I said it looked very weak. It's getting crushed. It happened, left-hand translation down here when it got smack daddied here on the left side of this cycle low, left side of the middle of the cycle. That's a bad sign. 3-day bounce, crushola, getting hammered. This is not over. Look at this thing. This momentum is just absolutely waterfalling. And crude oil, any little bounce in here is going to probably fail. And I think crude oil is going down to the low 60s. Getting crushed. Crude oil is getting crushed. And I don't think it's over yet. Okay, September 30th is cycle low for crude oil. Yeah, I like crude oil. Any little bounce, short to snot out of it. That's what happened here. Short it. Look at this massive short from 76 all the way down to 66. Of course, the real big money was already been made on the short side. 10-point move. That is huge money. SMI looks like it's at the bottom. If it comes up here and does it again, which it just might do that, short it then. Okay. Don't forget micros. You can trade the MCL, the micro crude oil, for those that want a low-cost way of getting into this product. All right, what else? Let's look at corn. Oh, corny corn. What's happening with corn? Yeah, pulling back here. It tried to go positive momentum. Doesn't look like it's going to make it. Looks like we're going to continue to get a pullback. So this high, probably the high of the cycle, don't know that for sure yet, but probably the high of the cycle is not higher than that one. This low is definitely lower than that low from the previous cycle. So corn's got work to do. I don't think it's out of the hole yet. It's still bottoming probably. Though this, this kind of looks like it's trying to bottom and come out of there. Okay, it looks like it's trying to do that. Maybe a quick look at the weekly chart. Okay, I don't have the weekly cycles on here, so we'll just look at it plain Jane vanilla here. We could try to put a cycle in here. Let's see if we can get a weekly cycle going on here. We actually need the right drawing tool to do that. There we go. Does that make? Yeah, that makes sense. That's fairly reliable right there. Not sure how good it is. Going back is maybe a little shaky. Good there. Kind of okay there. Good there. Maybe that's a low. This is a little off here. So not super reliable cycles for the weekly, but they're kind of there. Kind of decent. I would say you could trust these a little bit, but not a lot. So it looks like it wants to try to come out of this weekly cycle low. If this truly is a cycle low, which it probably is, going to get a bouncy bounce. And if momentum continues to improve here, if it continues to improve, then eventually we'll get positive and it'll come up pretty strong. Okay. If it doesn't, momentum kind of fails here and it can't really get going and it fails right after this run up like that, then it would be a short. So momentum's going to have a lot to do with it. So anyway, that's the weekly chart. Let me save that because that's kind of nice. Weekly. Okay. I cover all these products on the hour chart and the 2-hour chart, depending on which product it is, tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Central Daylight Time here in Texas. Join me. Become a member, $7.99 per month. Let's take a, okay, so that's corn. A lot of work to do to come out of this bottom. Probably more decline to come. Would I go short here? Yeah, I would. I mean, it's a little risky because this is looks like it's trying to go positive, but yeah, maybe temporarily. That weekly chart looks like it wants to bounce, so I'd be super cautious. Very small position, one contract maybe. But better is probably to wait to see what this weekly chart does. Wait to see what this cycle does. But I think a small short position here may be okay. Maybe okay. Okay, let's take a look at XLP. Guys and gals, look at this thing. Continues to rampage on. Oh, amazing. Defying everything. You know, most of the indices today were a little bit down. Look at this thing. Still green day. Tracking sideways here. Super bullish. Yeah. September 12th, 2 days away. I don't think we're going to see any kind of little nothing going on here. And man, this thing could even go higher. Absolutely amazing product right there. ETF. Super nice. The Spider Consumer Staples ETF on fire, guys and gals. For your options traders, may not be a bad way to go. Let's see what else we got to do. We didn't look at silver. Let me look at the silver. We'll look at the, technically this is the E-mini silver, I guess, the 1,000 ounce silver future. So we'll look at that daily chart here. I don't like silver better than gold as far as trading. I don't mind silver if I'm going to collect it as a hedge, physically collecting or, you know, acquiring silver coins or silver bullion or something like this. Yeah, I'm okay with that if you want that as a hedge. Would I trade it like as a product over gold? No, I wouldn't. It's just a little less reliable cyclically. But these cycles look really good. This cycle looks great. This bottom here, this cycle looks great. This bottom here, this cycle looks great. I think we're going to see a bottom here. Silver probably did a little bouncy bounce and down again. Something like this. Momentum trying to go negative. Trying to go negative. All right. It hasn't gone negative yet, but it's trying. So I would say silver, any kind of little bounce that rolls over, I'd short it. I'd keep it super small. I'm not a big fan of trading silver, but for those that want to trade it, my opinion is wait for the SMI to do a little bounce. When it curls over down into this time frame, starts to show some signs of curling over and rolling over on the SMI, yeah, you take a small position and short it. Okay, that's my take on that. I guess we could look at the weekly. Do I have a weekly chart here? I do not. What has happened with the weekly? Wow, a lot of straight lines here. Let's see if we can figure something out. Is that a cycle? A little bit mixed bag of tricks here. It could be. Let me go weekly. Weekly. Let's do like 20 years. I need more data. It's an okay cycle. It's okay, good there. It's pretty good right here. Just okay there. A nothing burger there. Nothing burger there. Good right here. Pretty decent right there on that one. Yeah, this low's okay for that. A little early, but still acceptable. Yep, good right here. Pretty good right there. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of 10. Got 8 out of 10 there. Let me slide forward. And this one right here is good too. So that's 9 out of 11. So this cycle's pretty solid. So I think this cycle's okay. It's better than okay. 9 out of 11 is pretty solid. So there's your weekly cycles. Let me save this as weekly. Yeah, not bad. 9 out of 11 of the previous 11 cycles. It starts to fail going way back, but that's okay. We don't expect it to hold cycles forever and a day. January 12th. Okay. January 12th would be the next weekly cycle. We can put that on here. J12. Sounds like the J6. J6. What happened here? The J6 people who are being held as political prisoners. Can you imagine being held as a prisoner? Being basically blamed for insurrection when you didn't even have a firearm. Like, almost none of the people had firearms. How would you overthrow a government with what, sticks and stones? It's just so absurd. It's ridiculous. That's my opinion about the J6 people. I think some of them probably committed crimes like vandalism. Fine, charge them with vandalism. But they weren't trying to overthrow a government because you can't do it with sticks and stones and backpacks. No bombs were detected, no firearms of any kind. I think like there were some people had firearms like, removed from the Capitol and some vans. So there was a few people doing some stupid stuff, but they never brought them to the Capitol. So how do you overthrow a government when you don't even have firearms? You're insurrectionists. Yeah, you mean political prisoners. That's all that crap is. If Donald Trump, which by the way tonight is the debate between Camel Toe Harris and Donald Trump, we'll see who comes out ahead. I'm sure both will be very well prepared. If the NBC moderators let Trump talk about the border, it's over. If they mute him and cut his mic, which is probably what they'll do, then that'll be a different story. But hopefully the American people will see it for what it is if that's going on. But yeah, I think if Donald Trump gets back in the White House, they don't steal the election. If the left doesn't get away with stealing it and he gets back in the White House, you're going to see a whole lot of prisoners freed because he knows they're political prisoners. Probably like 95% of them. You might have a few in there that did some bad stuff that need to stay in jail for a little while, but whatever. All right, J12. Next cycle low for the weekly chart. I like these cycles. Silver looks like it's trying to do the old going down. It looks like it wants to go down. Even on the weekly. Though it is in positive territory, it has a big, massive rollover there on the weekly chart. Let's go back to the daily one more time on silver. And oops. Yeah, okay, fine. On the daily, we could see more bounce here. And then if it rolls over, like I said, coming down into this, I would short it. Anywhere up in here that runs out of gas on the SMI and rolls over, I would probably short it on a small position. Okay? That's my take on silver. I think I covered everything. I haven't really been doing the trade. I didn't do the trade of the day yesterday on the S&P 500 because I'd rather cover the short-term charts on the live stream on Twitch. But we'll do it. Let's do it. We're going to do the trade of the day. Let's go look at the 5-minute chart. We'll throw on the Get Us Plus indicator here. Why not? Finish up this video with looking at if there was a good place for trade of the day. Let's see if the 15-minute chart shows anything. Oh, yeah. See, it's all about grabbing the right time frame. It really is. If you grab the right time frame, you're going to make big bucks. So there's two huge trades here. Two huge trades. Folks, ladies and gents, the first big trade is right here, 4:15 in the morning. I talk about it all the time. If you're not up early, you're missing some great trades. 4:15 in the morning, kind of in the middle, or early the middle part of the London market, absolute blast off. It easily ran from 54.70 up to, we'll call it 54.95 to be safe. Okay, 25 points. Easy 25 points. That's trade number one. Huge. Trade number two, 11:15 this morning on the 15-minute chart. Bammo. It rolls over, starts to go northbound. you're in. By the time you get to the screen candlestick right here, you know it's good. If you super conservative, wait till there. Either way, I'm going to say you get in about 54.60. Ignore this on the bottom. All the way up to, I'll tell you what, I'll ignore this whole top part and just get out right here. Right where this next, where it begins to roll over. Just get out. So where did it go? We're talking 54.60 to 54.95. That's 35 points. You can do the math here, right? 60 total points. Add the zeros at the end. Divide by 2. Super easy stuff. $3,000 of profit today on one E-mini. 3,000. Crazy. 300 on a micro because it's 1/10. Trade of the day, all on the 15-minute chart. Sometimes it'll be on the 5-minute chart. Sometimes it'll be on the 15-minute chart. Sometimes once in a while it'll be on the hourly chart. All those charts are streamed live to the members 5 days a week. You want to become a member? You want to get this kind of analysis and timing and direction and all that good stuff? Become a member, $7.99. I also do the exact same thing for gold streaming charts. Get the nightly email every night with 5 different charts and my opinion about what the market may do the next day. And lots of goodies on the Discord server. So look for the link in the description of this video. Read the instructions, come and join. That's it for now. Join me tomorrow morning live on Twitch, 7 o'clock Central Daylight Time. We're going to talk about where we think the market's going to be headed tomorrow, Wednesday, looking at short-term charts like the hourly charts and some 2-hour charts. We'll talk about what I think is going to happen. That's it. God bless everybody. Talk to you all real soon again next time.